All right. So this my next one is going to be a haunting in Venice, and this is, I guess, a third in this Poirot series by what's his name? Keith Branagh,
Kenneth
Kenneth
Branagh.
Branagh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so now retired and living in self-imposed exile in the world's most glamorous city, Poirot reluctantly attends a seance at a decaying, haunted palazzo. He soon gets thrust into a sinister world of shadows and secrets when one of the guests is murdered. And stars of Kenneth Branagh again as Hercule Poirot. We also get Kelly Riley plays Rowena Drake. Michelle Yeoh is also in this. Janie Dornan, Kyle Allen, Emma Laird, Tina Fey, and we also got Camille Cotton, Ricardo Scamarcio, Jude Hill, Emil El Masri. So it's kind of a smaller scope and cast, you know. And let me see. For me, overall, I did like this film a bit more than Death on the Nile, like a lot more, like a lot more, dude, a whole lot more, man. For some reason, man, I thought it was a just a more interesting mystery, put together. I did like some of the cast and stuff. I like this location a lot too, man. Like Venice was looking really good,
Yeah.
and the horror aspect of it, man, because I think typically the previous two films were more kind of mystery thriller, but this one gets amped up a little bit with the horror elements, tossed in and these supernatural, is this place haunted, kind of thing going on. So I thought that was cool, but I don't know. It's probably been the most enjoyable out of the two I have seen that he's put out, along these lines. I didn't see the Orient Express remake. So I wish I did. I might have to go back and track that down. But this one was definitely, like I said, more enjoyable to me than the Death on the Nile. But I will say this though, I do think one of my critiques though is that I think some of the reveals and stuff, the way that they're just kind of revealed, they don't feel so like oof, like oh my god, like damn, that kind of thing. So I don't know, maybe if that's a testament to the writing or the way that he's choose to direct those moments and expose them. But overall, I think it was solid. You know what I'm saying? If you're a fan of this series, you'll probably enjoyed it, more than just, someone casually just going in for the first time with one of these. So what did you think about it?
I agree with you. I liked it a lot. I do think the other two films are good. But I really thought that this was... it might be a little bit better on this one because it's a bit of a smaller story, and they're not going in too many locations. Murder on the Orient Express, it's a little bit claustrophobic like this one, I would say. But it's a lot more. You're dealing with a lot more characters and a lot more plot. This one, I thought the story was a little bit more simple, but I kind of had fun with this. But I really like Kenneth Branagh being Poirot in this, and you just seeing different versions. I mean, not different parts of his life in these last three films. Because last film you had a bit of a flashback to World War One. sorry, I get choked. You have the flashback to World War One, and then to that present day. Now it's like 2 years after World War II in 1947, and they pretty much bringing back Halloween to Europe or whatever, or Italy, past all the Mussolini stuff. I like I said, I had a lot of fun with this.
I like the PTSD that they brought up with his character, and I thought that was kind of cool. Just speaking of his past, like how you say you're getting a different side to him.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of helps, build him as a character, and somehow they kind of just kind of toned down the wackiness that we got on Death of the Nile, because I think that was a big emphasis. But this time it was just like I guess we're expected to just be more familiar with them already.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to lean into so much of that stuff. But like you said too, I think it does play better with being smaller characters. It almost feels like this is an adapted stage play in a way,
Yeah. And it really just because there's less locations they're going in. There's a lot happening in Definitely now. Like I said, I like all three films, but I might like this one a little bit more than the other two right now. But I did just see it this week. But I hope he kind of continues telling the story of this character. You know, yeah, I don't know. Kenneth Branagh is one of my favorite directors. You know.
Yeah, I'd probably take another round, man. I wonder if he would ever put this character in like the United States or something, man. You know, bring him here for something because it's kind of crazy, you know, without revealing too much. But he's kind of pulled into this experience, you know, by nefarious means. And Tina Fey's character is definitely American. So that's kind of cool to seeing him interact with someone that's just not so, you know, European and just, you know, seeing that dynamic and stuff. So they got a lot more that they could pull into this, but I don't know. I'm curious to see, you know, if they do develop another one and where it goes. Because I'm not so.
I want to see what you think of. I want to see what you think of Murder on the Orient Express when you get around to it.
I remember seeing the original, the Sean Connery one. You know, parts of it. Like it's still a blur. Like it's just so long ago. You know, so I probably gotta just do a rewatch of both. And I remember this guy had a series on like BBC TV back.
It's Poirot. Yeah, he had Poirot. Yeah, at some point I need to kind of track those down. It might be BBC America where I have to, some kind of BBC streaming service that I have to get to try to watch some of those. But you know, the character's to me is a real whimsical type character because he has to have his eggs a certain size and he has to have his pastries a certain way. You know, he's real particular about a lot of things and. I don't know. He's kind of a fun character. It's just real nice to see him in these different situations, and he's a detective at heart. So you know, like he said, he was retired at first, but then they pretty much pulled him back into the game. You know, and he was back in form. You know, back form. Yeah,
he's going back to his old detective ways. You know, that's interesting, and it's cool too seeing Michelle Yeoh in this, man. Like she's awesome. It's cool seeing her getting just more wide range of work and not just working in Hong Kong since everything everywhere all at once, you know even then she was like in I remember that one thing she was when
she has been in a lot of dramas, but you know and that's one thing I really like about her. She's a little bit more well-rounded actress, you know, than even though I love
it's like she doesn't have to just do action. I think Chan could be more diverse too. It seems like in his later end, he was doing a lot like more of those kind of getting into some more dramatic roles, but it doesn't seem as much as like Michelle is doing right now. You know?
Yeah, Michelle's a real refined actress, though. I can kind of imagine her being in any kind of role, you know, and
because a lot of times people that are good at comedy, they can also be good in drama, and I put Jackie Chan in that category, even though it's physical comedy.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know, given opportunity, he could step to the case too with dramatic, you know, stuff so as well. But it's cool seeing these people work.
Just think about like Michelle Yeoh, she's like two characters in the MCU, and you know. One in another dimension, one in Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, just I don't know. I just she's kind of everywhere, and I don't mind it. I've been a fan of hers for a long time, though. Love Michelle Yeoh.